funny enough, head coach George Gosk for the Spring Mills Cardinals was actually on Coach Kelly Church's staff at Hedgesville at one point. So kind of funny to put those things together here as we, wind down basketball season. You guys did a great interview. I'm coming off the COVID IL today, my first day back. But you guys had a great interview with Coach Kelly Church about his time leading that he's had so far, him and assistant coach Chris Ruess leading that Hedgesville boys program, Colin.
Yes, they are, and they had high regards for Coach George Gosk, one of the former coaches in their system throughout those 25 years as we continue to watch the JV game. And let's get into Spring Mills a little bit. We know two players that really set the scene last year for them was Olivia Bolduc and Kylie Dandridge, now two sophomores, along with Corinne Edsel, who's now a junior, that three-headed monster, and then Maya Griffin, now a senior. But somebody that has really come on the scene this year, the freshman in Reagan Edsel, the sister of Corinne Edsel, and she averages a double-double. 10 points in points per game, rebounds per game, a star in the making. And with a young squad like this, already with an undefeated regular season, that window for a possible state championship is clearly open this year and will be open for years to come.
Yeah, and we talked about Reagan Edsel a few weeks back. We had that game against Martinsburg where she was actually out with a concussion that Coach Gosk had informed us after. I had asked the question about having a freshman that is a double-double player on your team, and he talked about how much she meant to the program already as a freshman, and those are just things where you could see a Division I athlete by the end of this thing. I mean, I think she could already go and play in college somewhere, but I think by the time things are said and done at Spring Mills for her, she would be a Power 5 player in college basketball. But as this team's gone this year, is really how the whole group of them has played.
And then on the other side for Hedgesville, we've already mentioned a team that's really rebuilding. Matt Faircloth, the football head coach, took over this program this year, trying to just really from the ground up build this program. And you'll hear him later on in this pregame show just talk about how difficult that kind of has been, because a majority of his squad has never played basketball before. They last season graduated their leading scorer, leading rebounder, leading assister. So it's been a tough year that you have definitely seen strides in. I remember at the beginning of this season, Hedgesville averaging 40-plus turnovers per game. That's dropped down to 33.5. Still not where you want to be, but the progression is in a positive direction, and that's something that they really want to focus on tonight, because we know that Spring Mills really likes that full-court press and make you turn the ball over, whether it's forced or unforced.
Yeah, I mean, we see this JV game coming to an end here, 51-11, and won't come to an end here as we thought. So the ball goes out of bounds, 2.2 seconds left, but two totally different teams. Be interesting to see how things come together in this ball game tonight on the girls' side as we get going here in about 20, 22, 23 minutes.
Let's take our first 2-minute break on the Sunset Water Countdown to tip-off, and when we come back, we'll hear from both teams' head coaches. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. We're back in 2 minutes.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349. That's 304-579-7349. Or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg is your favorite place to have a great meal, a good time, and to catch all the games. Join us Mondays for 75-cent wings and follow your favorite team from the bar on our 17 TVs located all throughout the bar or from the outdoor fire pit. Ollie's has great food and drink menus and features specials for every day of the week, including Saturdays when you can get a 16-ounce ribeye steak grilled the way you want it for just $24.95. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back here to Spring Mills High School as we're inside the Cardinal Coliseum for tonight's West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 as we continue the Sunset Water countdown to tip-off. Before we hear from both teams' head coaches, we will now send it over to the public address announcer so that we can have tonight's senior night festivities.
Special members of the SNHS Girls Basketball Program. First, our season would not be possible without the support of our day-to-day operations group. We want to thank the Larks for operating the sport block, Mr. Gooch, our games manager, Mr. Mahoney, our PA announcer, and our administration, and Mr. Reiser, our athletic director, our athletic trainer, Nicole Duncan, the school personnel that run the ticket table, and the custodians that keep our gymnasium clean. Together, you are all a well-oiled machine that are an essential part of the successful operation of our program. Next, we want to thank our cheerleaders for their support every season. We have 3 senior cheerleaders to give special recognition to tonight. Cassidy Barros, and Ellie Hurst, and Emma Anderson. Each we thank for their contributions and wish them the best of luck on their future endeavors. We would also like to acknowledge the senior athletes here tonight from the Hedgesville Eagles. Number 2, Layton Copenhaver plans to attend the WU and majors in elementary education. Number 3, Preston Van plans to attend college and play volleyball. Number 4, Katie Laughlin plans to attend Allegheny College and major in nursing. And number 10, Amelia Couch plans to attend Oklahoma State and become a therapist. Finally, the SNHS Girls Basketball Program would like to honor the contributions of our 2 senior members. Each of these student athletes have been in our program for 4 years and have grown exponentially as athletes and leaders along the way. First, number 1, Taylor Faye. Thank you.
He's the best dad ever, and I love you so, so much. And to my fiance, aka my mom, my beautiful daughter, the best fighter, and the biggest sport. I have done so much without your unending belief in me and love. I love you so very much. So this fall, I will be attending WPU, studying sports management and photography. And to my team, I want to thank you guys for the best season as a team I ever had. You guys make me so happy, and I appreciate you guys more than you will ever know. I love you.
We hope that you will always consider them when it's college student. We'll follow Springfield High School.
Is that bad for you guys? We're not even close to starting.
And then,
it's okay with you guys?
This is the conclusion of the senior night activities here at Spring Mills High School. Again, the two seniors being honored for Spring Mills, Taylor McIntyre as well as Maya Griffin. And a nice touch there to also recognize the seniors from Hedgesville, Lake and Copenhagen, Kelsey Van Dyne, Kaylee Laughlin, Amelia Fouch as well. So let's take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, we'll have our coaches' interviews. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Welcome back to Spring Mills High School as we continue the Sunset Water Countdown to Tip-Off on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuy. Our cameraman is John Alderton, and back in the studio is Nick Verzolini. The Spring Mills Lady Cardinals tonight host the Hedgesville Lady Eagles, and let's get into our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's is fast, fresh, and friendly. We'll start off with the head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, Matt Faircloth. Now joined by Matt Faircloth, the head girls basketball coach at Hedgesville. Coach Faircloth, final conference game of the season. Tough test against Spring Mills. What's your team need to do to get the win first and foremost?
Just keep competing. Last night we played Greenbrier East, and in the first half, we competed really hard, kept it to 6 at halftime against a team that was, last time we played them at halftime, we were down 34. So for us, it's just keep getting better, keep competing, and keep grinding and trusting the process and what we're trying to do.
We know it's a rebuilding year for your program. You're really trying to just watch them grow and learn the fundamentals of the game. How much have you really seen that from day one up until this point?
It's night and day now. I mean, there's still a lot of growth to go. But, last night and against Martinsburg, we kind of took a setback there. But last night, I think we grew a lot as a team. Once you become a good teammate and you start celebrating the success of your teammates just as much as you do your own, normally the team responds. And last night, it started to happen for us. So going forward, just keep competing, keep supporting each other, and trusting the process. I mean, it's a true rebuild. You lose your leading rebounder, leading scorer, and point guard off last year's team. And, 60-70% of your teams never played basketball before. So for us, it's true rebuild.
You mentioned that you guys played Greenbrier East yesterday. So how tough truly is it to play back-to-back days?
Well, right now, this will be our third day in a row. We had Jefferson on Tuesday. So for us, the more we play, I think the better we are. Because in practice, you can't get the look of a game in practice. So for us, 3 days in a row, they said their legs feel fine. And it just, for us, it's going to find out, are we ready to take the next step in our program?
What are some of the things that you're really looking to key in on today to find success with?
Keep control of the ball. Whoever possesses the ball and doesn't turn it over, you normally have a lot of success. They pressure you. So for us, it's going to be holding on to the ball, being strong with it, and not letting them get out in transition.
All right, anything else, Coach Fairclough?
No, that's it, man.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
All right, appreciate it, bud.
Now joined by the head coach of the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals, Coach George Gosk. Your team, one more game to go. Perfect season so far. Just how special has this season been as a whole?
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Going into the season, you don't think that you'll ever be undefeated. You hope to, but if it happens, it's be pretty special for the program and the school.
Tonight also a very special night for your program. It's senior day. Just talk about the two seniors that you have that you're honoring tonight and how much they've meant to your program.
Yeah, so Maya and Taylor, they were with us, when they were freshmen, and we made it to the state tournament that year. And Maya actually started for us at point guard, and it's just been neat to see those two girls grow throughout the years. And this is a pretty special night for them. Last home game of the regular season, but not the last home game of the season, because we'll be have the regional game here, or the sectional. Sorry.
I was about to say, yeah, don't want to get too far ahead, but tonight you got to take care of business first against Hedgesville, team kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, but still, nonetheless, what's your team need to do to get the win?
Yeah, absolutely. Just got to come out with the fire and passion that we've done in the previous 17 games. Any EPAC game, we've preached all year, you can't take your opponent for granted. It doesn't matter record, because, as you've seen on the boys' side, those kind of upsets can happen, and we know they can happen on the girls' side as well. So just stay focused, have a good attitude, and make sure we get the job done heading into the playoffs.
What are you preaching to your team to get ready for the playoffs other than those few things?
Yeah, so to beat a team 3 times during any season is really hard. And so ultimately that's what you got to do if you want to advance in sectionals, advance to regionals, and go to the state tournament. So just stay on the edge, keep your edge about you, don't get too comfortable or complacent, and just know these teams, they're going to be throwing something different at you or something you might not have seen before, and they're going to be prepared. So, but we're going to be prepared as well. So just staying on the edge and making sure we're composed and ready to go.
All right, Coach Gosk, anything else?
Nope, thank you.
Thank you and good luck.
Yep.
That was our coaches' interviews, again brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. We'll take another 2-minute break on the Sunset Water Countdown to tip-off, and then we'll be back to get ready for Spring Mills against Hedgesville. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I do's. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Ollie's VIP North Side at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg is your favorite place to have a great meal, a good time, and to catch all the games. Join us Mondays for 75-cent wings and follow your favorite team from the bar on our 17 TVs located all throughout the bar or from the outdoor fire pit. Ollie's has great food and drink menus and features specials for every day of the week, including Saturdays when you can get a 16-ounce ribeye steak grilled the way you want it for just $24.95. That's Ollie's VIP North Side at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross in the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349. That's 304-579-7349. Or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
Welcome back to Spring Mills High School as we're inside the Cardinal Coliseum for tonight's West Virginia High School girls basketball matchup featuring the Hedgesville Lady Eagles and the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals. 11 and a half minutes to go until tip-off, so let's continue the Sunset Water countdown to tip-off and take a look around the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. One other girls basketball game tonight in the conference, Spencer, and it should be a good one as the Martinsburg Bulldogs take on the Musselman-Appleman, and we know last time it was Musselman getting the win, and this matchup could potentially be a precursor to a regional championship maybe.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, that's one of the potential matchups that you could see, but it would have to depend on how things go somewhere else, and that could highly probably not be one, though. If Washington wins, then it'll be, there's a chance. But the way things are shaping out, it could not be one as well. But that's a good matchup. That one's at Musselman as well. So that's Coach Fitzpatrick's return to where he was an assistant coach for a while at Musselman with head coach A.D. Elliott. And then his daughter also comes back there as well. So, that's homecoming of sorts in a way. That's probably a special game for Coach Fitzpatrick and the Martinsburg team, as well as, it's probably all smiles before that one between Coach Elliott and Coach Fitzpatrick. But that's an interesting one. Move over to the boys' side. There's a boys' game going on tonight. That is Washington. They have their senior night against Fort Hill out of Maryland. Their game is yet to start. I think a couple minutes in front of where we are here in warm-ups, probably about 5 or so minutes left until tip-off there. But we're at this part of the season where it's a really slow time as, you get ready to get into sectionals for girls next Tuesday, Thursday, and then for boys the following week.
Yeah, it's a slow time, but it's an exciting time because we know that there's only 3 weeks to go until the end of girls basketball, and then for boys has a month left before the state tournament. But let's again take another 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break we will have our keys to the game. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10. We're back in 2 minutes.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on the bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Welcome back to Spring Mills High School. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuy. Our cameraman is John Alderton, and back at the studio is Nick Versalini. You'll hear him at halftime along with the post-game. Spring Mills 17-0, 9-0 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Hedgesville 2-17 overall, 0-9 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. So two teams that really on opposite sides overall, but still looking forward to tonight's matchup, Spencer. And with that being said, let's get into tonight's keys to the game. And since it's your read, I'll let you do it, sir.
Alrighty then, keys to the game. The key to your next vehicle, that's at the Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy a local? I ride with them, so you should too. First, we'll start with the visitors in Hedgesville, and it's an uphill battle tonight for the Lady Eagles. And, you know, I think it may not be about trying to win the game. It may be about trying to win as a team, the mentality of seeing where they are. And, you know, Coach Matt Fairclough said in your interview, they're not nearly where they should be. But, you know, you're at that point still as a team. You're taking little wins during games as you get a little run going, maybe play a little good defense, force bad shots. You know, that could be your key tonight, is to force some bad shots defensively. And I think for Spring Mills, it's senior night. You know, don't get too focused in that emotion. Obviously, two starters. You know, Corinne Edsel not going to start. She's going to come off the bench. That's going to be a huge player to get to come off the bench for additional scoring. See how long Coach stays with this starting five. But I think, you know, a key tonight is going to be the balanced scoring that they have and seeing how things go, and, you know, maybe making the smart shots early as it's not going to look as wide of a game, of a margin. But I think that, you know, taking smart shots is what you need, especially going into the playoffs as the undisputed number one here in the area. That's going to be the key for them to take smart shots tonight.
Yep, number 4 in the state according to the AP poll, and I don't know if you saw it or not because you were out this week, but we've talked about it before, Spencer, that being Spring Mills. Up until this week's AP poll was without a first place vote in the state. They finally got one of the 10.
Yeah, you know, I think that you got to give respect to a team where they're undefeated, and, you know, maybe that's just, it's obviously has to do with strength of schedule, which I think is wild in a way because you can only play the teams that are on your schedule. You're undefeated. You haven't lost a single game. At least get a vote. I see not being placed in first place because you're not playing that tough competition, but at least get first place, you know, at least 1 or 2 first place votes. I mean, that's the recognition is finally there that somebody sees a first place vote. But you can only play the teams on your schedule, and I think that might be to Coach Goska's advantage next year is to schedule some tougher teams. And, you know, you talked about this on the show last week. It's hard because this team's only 10 years old. You don't have the alumni base to pull some funds together to be able to make trips down to, you know, the Morgantowns, the Cabell Midlands, the Spring Valleys, kind of do those George Washington, those kind of trips down to the other end of the state because it costs a lot of money to do so. You got to probably stay the weekend if you want to play, you know, a 1-1, you know, a game down there against each team, or maybe getting yourself into a tournament. That's just, that requires money, and, you know, hopefully that, you know, there's some alums trying to see, oh, maybe we should get back to our program and give back to the athletic department here at Spring Mills, and maybe you see different scheduling next year. But that obviously will have to go to next year. They're on to this year. That's what all they want to do is play this year So they're looking to stay undefeated tonight and head into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I get the whole thing with the strength of schedule, but you also got to take a look at, with the strength of schedule obviously not being as strong as others, Spring Mill still dominates every single game. You look at the final score average for points per game for Spring Mills and then points allowed. They almost double up their opponents every single night. Spring Mills averages 68 points per game and allows almost 35. It's 34.94. So the fact that they are blowing out teams every single night, no matter who it is, you got to take into account, and that's why we've always said that they deserve first place votes, and maybe not just number 4, maybe even closer to a 2 or 3 in the state.
Yeah, I mean, I just think you got to play with the ranking you're given. And the sad part about it is I do believe they take the AP rankings when they go. They do or they don't?
They do.
When they go into seed things. So, sadly they probably won't get a top 3 seed in the states if the things end up the way they are.
All right, let's take another 2-minute, or let's keep it here actually, and go into our players to look out for, brought to you by Sutton and Janelle Attorney at Law, full-service law firm helping individuals, families, businesses with all of their legal needs. They're at 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. You can visit them online at suttonandjanelle.com. Spencer, your players to look out for tonight.
First, for the visitors, the Lady Eagles from Hedgesville, it's got to be Van Dyne, obviously averaging nearly 5 rebounds a game, 3.3 points a game. I think that she could be big help for them when it comes to being able to do the rebounding and then the scoring. For Spring Mills, I think it's got to be Reagan Etzel. She's going to get the start tonight, and she can do some good things, and she's a double-double machine.
All right, let's now get into tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. You can stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call them at 304-263-4343. Your starting lineup tonight for the Hedgesville Eagles: number 3, Kelsey Van Dyne; number 4, Kaylee Lachlan; number 5, Maggie Boyer; number 10, Amelia Fouch; and number 15, Olivia Cooper. Hedgesville enters tonight's contest 2-17 overall, 0-9 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference, and are coached by first-year head coach Matt Faircloth. Now the starting lineup for the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals, who enter tonight 17-0 overall, 9-0 in the EPAC, coached by George Gosk. Starting tonight for Spring Mills: number 1, Taylor McIntyre; number 3, Reagan Edsel; number 12, Olivia Bolduc; number 23, Maya Griffin; and number 32, Kyla Dandridge. Again, those are tonight's starting 5, brought to you by the Marius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors. As we get closer to tonight's opening tip-off, let's take a 3-minute break, and then we'll be back. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 again, back in 3 minutes.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com. At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Cooper for Spring Mills. It's McIntyre, Reagan Edsel, Bolduc, Griffin, and Dandridge. Hedgesville in the all-gold uniforms, Spring Mills in the all-white uniforms. Ball's into the air, and we're underway at the Cardinal Coliseum. Spring Mills wins the opening tip. It's Bolduc passing it to the right side for Griffin, who swings it to the corner for McIntyre. McIntyre will now dribble to the top of the key and give it to Bolduc. Bolduc hands it to Reagan Edsel. Now goes down low for Griffin to kick it out to McIntyre. Beyond the arc, her pass trying to go into the paint. Intended for Edsel. Tipped and intercepted. Back the other way goes Hedgesville. Now it's Fouch. Fouch gives it to the freshman Maggie Boyer, the point guard for Hedgesville. It goes back to Amelia Fouch.
Good start for Hedgesville defensively.
Fouch had her pass tipped by Dandridge, but it goes into the hands of Laughlin. Laughlin then gives it over to Boyer. Boyer's first shot no good, rebounded down low by Cooper. Cooper has her pass deflected, and now a turnover. First shot of the game brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect her at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Call them at 304-263-5131. Minute underway in the first quarter, still scoreless between Hedgesville and Spring Mills. It's McIntyre back over to Reagan Edsel for three at the top of the key off the front of the rim, no good, and rebounded by Hedgesville.
There's a slightly contested shot there, and I think so far so good for this Hedgesville team. I mean, they missed a few shots offensively, but they're forcing things on defense, like I said, was a key for them.
It's Laughlin to pass to the top of the key to reset the offense with Kelsey Van Dyne, the senior. 1 of 4 for Hedgesville. It's senior night for Spring Mills, honoring 2 seniors. A tie-up jump ball with 6:32 to go in this scoreless first quarter. Possession error keeps it with Hedgesville.
Hedgesville needs to take advantage of all this and put a shot in.
Fouch inbounds. Passes it to the right wing for Laughlin, who kicks it out to Boyer. Boyer now will find Van Dyne. Gives it back to Laughlin. Laughlin has it tipped out of her hands. Bolduc with the steal. Picks it up. Left side layup is good. Spring Mills strikes first as Olivia Bolduc, the second leading scorer on Spring Mills, makes it 2-0 over Hedgesville.
Now you're going to see this trap, this press.
Laughlin able to break it, and she breaks midcourt now, still dribbling. Driving in, now kicks it over to the left side for Fouch. Fouch drives the baseline and is fouled with 5:56 to go in this first quarter. first team foul against Spring Mills, and it's against number 23, Griffin. Bounce passes the inbound to Cooper. Cooper puts up a shot from the left block. She's fouled. Misses it. That sends her to the free throw line to shoot 2. Second team foul against Spring Mills. And the first against Reagan Edsel, the freshman. First free throw up by Olivia Cooper off the back of the rim and no good. 5:55 to go in this first quarter. Cooper will get the ball back for a second free throw attempt. Off the back of the rim into the air. Tipped out of bounds. Last off Spring Mills. It will be Hedgesville ball still after the 2 missed free throws. It's still a 2-0 ball game. Spring Mills leading Hedgesville.
Yeah, Hedgesville keeping themselves in this one.
Long inbound pass. Caught by Van Dyne. They'll pass it to the right side for Lachlan. Lachlan gets double teamed, has to pick up her dribble, and her pass is stolen by Bolduc. Spring Mills quickly back the other way. Wide open in the left corner. 3. Almost banks in. Bounces off the rim 3 times before coming down. What a shot that could have been for Griffin, the senior.
We got an amazing shot on senior night.
Instead, it's rebounded by Hedgesville. And now a turnover.
Third
ball
steal
stolen
so
by
far.
Dandridge. Right side layup. Rolls in. Dandridge makes it a 4-0 ball game for Spring Mills.
Third steal so far for Spring Mills. Being very aggressive like they always are.
5 minutes remain in this first quarter. Lachlan in the backcourt. Ball stolen by Dandridge to Griffin. Left side, off the glass and in. Timeout, Hedgesville, as it's now 6-0 Spring Mills. Let's take a 30-second break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Welcome back to Spring Mills High School. 4:59 to go in the first quarter. Spring Mills 6, Hedgesville nothing. Your first quarter presented on TV 10 by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations. Robert Fields and Sons, family-owned full-service funeral home, Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson. Proudly serving the area since 1880. We'll get the other first quarter sponsor here shortly as the ball inbounded to Fouch for Hedgesville. She's at midcourt, still dribbling now, passing it. Pass deflected, goes right back to Fouch. It was intended for Cooper. Fouch tries to find a lane, does so successfully, drives to the right side, loses it, goes out of bounds. 4:48 to go in this first quarter. Hedgesville ball. Our second first quarter sponsor is CMA's Honda of Winchester at 3985 Valley Pike. CMA moving lives forward. Fouch to inbound for Hedgesville. Finds a teammate. It's at the right block. Van Dyne fouled on the floor. That's the third foul now against Spring Mills. Not even 4 minutes into the first.
And how many fouls against Hedgesville?
None.
Gusek.
That foul against Taylor McIntyre, first, team third. Van Dyne gets the inbound, backs away.
Another steal by Spring Mills. That's 5 now.
Back the other way now is Edsel. Edsel loses her dribble, almost loses possession, but now can kick it out to Dandridge. Dandridge finds Griffin down low in the paint, up and in, off the glass. Dandridge now has 4 points, makes it 8-0 Spring Mills leading Hedgesville.
Yeah, she's the leading scorer so far here on her senior night.
Lachlan, very long two, no good. It airballs, tipped out of bounds, however. Goes out of bounds, off Spring Mills, they call. So it's Hedgesville ball. Doesn't look like you agree with that call, Spencer?
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
That's fine.
I thought it tipped off of Hedgesville.
I thought you were keeping your mouth shut. Boy, you're with it. A little bit of a tip around. Pass down low now to the right side in the corner. Another steal for Spring Mills. Great job by the freshman Reagan Edsel to fight for that ball.
Steal count up to 6.
Still in the
turnovers.
first. Griffin. McIntyre at the top of the key. She picks up her dribble. Now we'll hand it to Dandridge. Dandridge gets a pick by Edsel. Finds McIntyre at the left wing. She pump fakes, drives the baseline. Whistle blows. 3:45 to go in the first quarter. Looks like it's the first foul of the night against Hedgesville. It's 8-0 Spring Mills leading the Lady Eagles as that foul was against Fouch, her first. A three-pointer up and good. Spring Mills now leads 11-0. I believe that was Edsel. Boyer with it now. Another steal for Spring Mills. McIntyre to Dandridge. Dandridge loses possession for a brief second. Now passes it into the paint for Griffin, and Griffin's fouled on the shot, so she'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's an 11-0 run to start. 3:19 to go in this first quarter. That's the second foul for Hedgesville, and another one against Amelia Fouch.
Corinne Edsel checks in for Taylor McIntyre. I said how long was Coach going to have Edsel on the bench? Almost a good portion of this first quarter.
They actually called that on the floor, so inbound now for Spring Mills. So it's Corinne Edsel with it. She'll pass it to Dandridge. Dandridge guarded very closely by Van Dyne, so she'll pass it to the top of the key for Griffin. Back over to Corinne Edsel. Long three, it's good.
Get in the game, give her the ball, she nails a three.
14-0 Spring Mills over Hedgesville. 3 minutes remain in this first quarter. It's Boyer to Laughlin. Laughlin driving into the paint. Pass intercepted.
It's like
breakaway, right side layup by Dandridge is good. 16-0 now Spring Mills leads Hedgesville.
9 takeaways, steals.
Laughlin almost travels the pass to Van Dyne. Van Dyne guarded very closely by Edsel. She picks up her dribble in the backcourt, breaks midcourt with a bounce pass. Shot up, it's good. Hedgesville finally scores. It's Natalie Yates to end the drought. 16-2 now with 2:20 to go in the first. Spring Mills still leads.
Yeah, she just came off the bench.
It looked like at first the shot might have been tipped as well. Edsel pump fakes, passes it to the right side for her sister Reagan Edsel. It's a long two, up and good by Reagan Edsel to make it 18-2. Yates dribbling up the floor. Met at midcourt by Corinne Edsel. She bounce passes to the left wing for Van Dyne, who passes it to the right wing for Boyer. Boyer drives in, tries to kick it out to Laughlin, but the pass is read and stolen by Bolduc. Bolduc goes behind her back with the dribble, passes it to the left side. Long three is up off the front of the rim by Griffin. No good. Tipped and into the hands of Hedgesville. It's Laughlin to Boyer. Minute and a half remains in this first quarter. Double team now defensively is Boyer. She passes to Van Dyne, who passes it across midcourt to Laughlin, and now her pass is stolen by Reagan Edsel. Breakaway left side layup almost goes in, but just misses at the last second. That will send Dandridge to the line to shoot 2 with a minute 22 to go in the first quarter. It's Spring Mills 18, Hedgesville 2.
That foul there on Van Dyne.
Yep, that's her first, team third for Hedgesville. Dandridge 6 points so far. Misses the first of the 2 free throws. Keep things at 18-2. Faith Bush will now check in for the senior and Maya Griffin. Dandridge gets the ball now for her second free throw attempt. Makes a dribble, spins the ball in her hand. The shot is up, and that one's through. She now has 7 points and makes it 19-2. Spring Mills leading Hedgesville.
Oh, we said a dog in the gym.
I saw that. It's Laughlin. Pass stolen by Faith Bush, who just checked in on the free throw. She'll pass it to Corinne Edsel. Edsel over to the right side for Reagan Edsel. Reagan Edsel with it. Passing it to Faith Bush in the right corner. 3 off the side of the glass. No good. Rebounded by Cooper. Under a minute to go in this first quarter. Laughlin sends a long pass. It's caught by Copenhaver. Copenhaver now has it stolen by Bolduc. Bolduc goes back the other way. 3v2 for Spring Mills. Left side layup off the pass by Bolduc to Reagan Edsel. She lays it up and in. It's now 21-2 Spring Mills leading Hedgesville.
She's got 7 now.
She's tied with Dandridge. Kelsey Van Dyne breaks midcourt, bounce passes to Copenhaver. Copenhaver's pass deflected by Reagan Edsel, stolen, gives in to Bolduc. Bolduc finds a wide open Corinne Edsel, right side layup, no good, but she's fouled with 25.3 seconds to go in this first quarter. It's the 4th team foul against Hedgesville now, after we started
4
with
straight.
3 fouls for Spring Mills, yeah. That one against Copenhaver, her first. it's Corinne Edsel. Shoot 2 for Spring Mills. First shot's up and good. She now has 4 points, makes it a 20-point lead at 22-2. Spring Mills leading Hedgesville. Looks like Hessen has checked in now for Spring Mills as Corinne Edsel makes the second free throw attempt as well. She now has 5 points, extends it to 23-2 Spring Mills.
Yeah, Colin, you might see this towards the end of quarters and for a little bit here just to, competitive advantage, kind of make this a little, not make it get it too out of hand.
Yates with it, puts it up. That one misses through the hands of Bush and out of bounds with 7.4 seconds to go, so the ball will stay with Hedgesville.
And Coach Gosk has a huge bench now, adding a few from JV.
Van Dyne to inbound for Hedgesville. Sends a long pass. It's caught by Copenhaver to Lachlan. 3 seconds to go. Over to Copenhaver. Three-pointer at the buzzer. Off the side of the rim and no good. That's the end of quarter number 1. 23-2. Spring Mills on top of Hedgesville. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
You've put up with your water long enough. It's time for Sunset Water Services, your local water solution since 1989, to fix your water problems. Get better tasting, better smelling, and better looking water today. Say hello to drinking your own delicious water for pennies per gallon. Say yes to healthier skin and hair and to softer and brighter clothes. Sunset Water Services delivers your bags of salt to you, so they'll save your back too. And our products come with a 1-year satisfaction guarantee. Call 304-754-9031 for a free water quality test today. SunsetWater.com.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Welcome back to Spring Mills High School as we're inside the Cardinal Coliseum for West Virginia High School girls basketball. Into quarter number 1, Spring Mills leads Hedgesville 23-2. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuy. Cameraman is John Alderton. Back at the studios, Nick Verzolines. It's senior night for Spring Mills. So they start with the ball, open up the second quarter. It's Dandridge off the inbound, driving into the paint from the top of the key, now kicking it out to Hessen. Long 2 from the left corner is good by Hessen. Makes it 25-2. Spring Mills on top of Hedgesville.
Yeah, Hessen got a lot of run in that JV game. Interesting to see how long she'll play today in this
Copenhaver with it for Hedgesville. The right wing driving in against Faith Bush. Now will dribble her way back out beyond the arc and then pass it to Van Dyne. Van Dyne bounce passes to Yates, who swings it to the corner on the left-handed side for Lachlan. Lachlan double-teamed close to the baseline, almost gets tied up, but she's able to fight out of it. Now gives it to Cooper. Cooper, ball stolen. Back the other way goes Corinne Edsel. Coast to coast goes Edsel. She's fouled on the right side, going up for a layup. It misses, so she'll shoot 2. Edsel back to the free throw line. She's already 2 for 2 tonight. 7:13 to go in this second quarter. Second quarter presented on TV10 by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. You go to Orsinis.com as Edsel makes the first of the 2 free throws to make it 26-2. Second quarter sponsor also is Skinner Law Firm. Injury and consumer rights lawyers. Phone them at 304-245-6613. Go to skinnerfirm.com. Second free throw by Corinne Edsel off the front and then back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Hessen. She puts a shot up. That goes off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Corinne Edsel. Puts up a left-handed shot. That one also misses. Eventually rebounded by Hedgesville. Ball stolen by Faith Bush. She makes it and the foul.
Yeah, she got pushed as she was going up for the shot, which she did make.
Makes it now 28-2. The last foul was against Van Dyne. This one against Cooper. That now totals 6 straight fouls by Hedgesville. To Spring Mills, 3 fouls. Free throws up. Just grazes the front of the rim. No good, but it's rebounded by Hessen. and she's able to make it. 30-2, Spring Mills leads Hedgesville. Ball goes out of bounds. Turnover, Spring Mills ball on the far side of the court in front of the score table. 7:01 to go in this second quarter. It's now 30-2, so Spring Mills has already started with a 7-0 run in this second quarter. Long pass through the hands of Faith Bush from Dandridge. Hits the wall and goes out of bounds. Hedgesville gets the ball right back. Full court press being assessed by Spring Mills, and it's stolen. Bush gets it. Beautiful pass from Edsel. It's up and good by Bush. She now has 4 points, makes it 32-2. Ball inbounded to Yates. Yates double teamed. It's stolen by Dandridge. Dandridge in the right corner. Starts her dribble. Now we'll go to the top of the key. She passes it to the left corner. Driving the baseline, Spring Mills. We have a whistle blown, 6:33 to go. It's McIntyre. Looks like she stepped on that baseline when she was driving through. So it's a turnover, Hedgesville ball. Hedgesville brings it off the floor. It's Maggie Boyer, the freshman, picking up her dribble, passing it to Lachlan. Lachlan back to Boyer. Boyer finds Yates at the wing on the left side and gives it to Lachlan. Lachlan to Boyer. Boyer back to Lachlan. Lachlan fakes going to Yates, instead goes back to Boyer. Boyer drives to the right side and loses her dribble. Goes out of bounds. Spring Mills basketball. Another turnover. And we said during the pregame, Spring Mills cause a lot of turnovers, forced or unforced. It's just the pressure that they bring. It's Corinne Edsel with it to Dandridge. Dandridge passes to McIntyre. McIntyre dribbles twice and then bounce passes it over to Dandridge. Dandridge tries to get it down low to Bush. Again over the head of Faith Bush and out of bounds. We've seen that twice now in a row.
Yeah, just a little too high for her teammates. But, you know, talking about Hedgesville here, Maggie Boyer, a player that Coach Faircloth wants to build his team around over the next, 3 years after this one. Just a freshman that's getting minutes, big minutes in varsity games.
And she was put up with the tough task of running the point for this team, too, as a freshman after losing point guard who was their leading scorer last year as well, as it's now Lachlan putting a shot from right corner, almost goes in, just hits the side of the rim and bounces out, rebounded by Spring Mills. 5.5 minutes to go in this second quarter. It's still 32-2, Spring Mills on top of Hedgesville. Dandridge with the ball, picks up her dribble, then passes it to Corinne Edsel. Corinne Edsel passes it to the right corner, three-pointer by McIntyre, no good. Rebounded in the left side by Dandridge. Dandridge triple teamed, finds McIntyre at the right wing. She drives into the paint, goes through 4, if not 5 Hedgesville Eagles. Misses the layup, but is fouled with 5:06 to go in the second quarter. That'll send McIntyre to the line to shoot 2. That foul against Maggie Boyer, her first, team 7th. Boyer's first free throw up it's McIntyre's first free throw up and good. Still had Boyer stuck in my mind after the foul for Hedgesville. Makes it now 33-2 Spring Mills.
It changes here for Spring Mills as Bush and Dandridge come out. Griffin re-enters.
Second free throw around the rim and no good by McIntyre, so the score stays at 33-2. Ball rebounded by Hedgesville. It's Maggie Boyer slowly bringing it up the floor for the Lady Eagles. She'll now pass it to Copenhaver, swings it to Yates. Yates pass, tried to go back to Copenhaver, but it's tipped by Corinne Edsel, stolen by McIntyre. 2v1 back the other way. Give and go between McIntyre and Bolduc. Unsuccessful as Bolduc went to pass it back, but it goes off the leg of McIntyre and out of bounds. Turnover, Hedgesville ball. I like it, though. The unselfishness just got a little bit too much, unfortunately.
If you're Hedgesville here, you need to break this press and get some points on the board.
Yeah, the only one so far has been Natalie Yates to make a shot for Hedgesville, and that was a little bit halfway through the first quarter, as we now have a foul with 4:32 to go in the second quarter.
Maggie Boyer will have a chance to put some free throws up.
That foul against Griffin, her second. Team 4th for Spring Mills, and Boyer makes the first free throw. Make it now 33-3.
She averages just under 5 a game for head coach Matt Faircloth.
Second free throw around the rim, no good. Rebounded by Fouch, and Fouch gets tied up with Griffin. Possession arrow keeps it with Hedgesville. 4:31 to go in this second quarter. It's Fouch to inbound, sends a long pass to the top of the key to Boyer. Boyer will now try to drive in. A great defense, double teaming. Boyer was Bolduc and McIntyre, but Boyer somehow kept the ball, even though it looked like for a half second that it was going to go back the other way. Down low, shot up by Hedgesville, no good, rebounded by Spring Mills. Hessen passes it, posting up Griffin. She'll instead kick it out to Bolduc, who finds Hessen. Hessen finds a wide open McIntyre, and she finds a wide open Edsel in the right corner. Three, bounces off the rim, then the glass, and back off the rim before falling through. Makes it now 36-3. Corinne Edsel now has 9 points. 2 threes, 3 free throws. Great night so far. Boyer, Copenhaver. Copenhaver back to Boyer for Hedgesville. She picks up her dribble and passes it back to Copenhaver. Copenhaver tries to get it to the elbow. Eventually does so for Cooper. Cooper finds Fouch driving in. Pass deflected. Fouch chucks it up. No good. Rebounded by Cooper. Shot back up. And a foul with 3:25 to go. That's going to send Olivia Cooper to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, and for this Hedgesville team, it just seems like they're not. They've had so many turnovers tonight. They're not. It seems like the ball's out a little too far when they're dribbling. Is what I've noticed.
First free throw for Cooper, no good. So she's now 0 for 3 from the charity stripe. As checking in for Spring Mills will now be Reagan Edsel for Maya Griffin, as that was Griffin's third foul already, and that's tough. You want her in, obviously, because it's senior night, her being one of the two seniors, as Cooper makes a free throw this time, makes it 36-4. But at the same time, you don't want her fouling out in the first half of her senior night.
Exactly.
Bolduc will bring it up the floor for Spring Mills. It leads by 32 over Hedgesville at 36-4.
Coach Goss calling out Carolina.
McIntyre in the right corner. Passes it back to Corinne Edsel, who finds Bolduc. Bolduc in the left side. Wanted to drive in, but gets it to Corinne Edsel. Long three, no good from the wing. Rebounded by McIntyre. McIntyre to Reagan Edsel, over to her sister Corinne.
Very good defense by Hedgesville right now. So I said they're going to have to force them to take some tough shots.
Yep, them with a 2-3 zone right now. A great ball movement to try to counter it by Spring Mills. Bolduc to Edsel around the arc.
Yep, I was going to say maybe take that shot.
No good off the iron, out of bounds with 2:41 to go. And yes, I agree. That was great defense on that possession by Hedgesville. It's little things like that that you want to see. The Lady Eagles, Maggie Boyer will bring it up the floor. Pass tips across midcourt into the hands of Van Dyne. Back to Boyer at midcourt. She's double teamed. A pass again tips into the hands of Corinne Edsel. Edsel finds Bolduc running up the floor. She lays it up and in. Now makes it 38-4. Spring Mills leading Hedgesville with 2:20 to go in this second quarter.
Yeah, Bolduc been really quiet since the beginning of the game. I believe she got the first 2 points of the game.
Van Dyne passes it to Boyer. Boyer loses it. Fighting with Bolduc, and a foul will be called with 2:08 to go in the second quarter.
You're called on Bolduc.
That's Bolduc's first, team's sixth. Laughlin gets the inbounds, and will pass it over to the left side for Maggie Boyer. Boyer back to Laughlin. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
2-3 defense, wide open shot there, but
Boyer had the wide open three, but airballs it. It's rebounded by Reagan Edsel. Edsel alone brings it up the floor. Pump fake in the right corner to McIntyre. She drives the baseline, lays it up with the left hand, just misses off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Hedgesville. Now Bolduc and Laughlin will have a jump ball. Possession error gives it right back to Spring Mills.
Yeah, great job by Bolduc and the awareness there to get her hands on the ball, knowing that her team's going to have that jump ball.
Minute 40 remains in the second quarter. The inbound to Corinne Edsel. Edsel from the left side drives in, puts up a floater. It's in. Corinne Edsel now has 11 points in this first half, extends the lead to 40-4. Spring Mills with a minute and a half to go in this second quarter, leading Hedgesville. Boyer to Lachlan. Lachlan tries to get it down low to Cooper, but again, another interception by the Spring Mills defense. It's Reagan Edsel up the floor, gives it to her sister Corinne, back to Reagan at the top of the key, finding Bolduc in the left corner, out to Corinne Edsel at the wing. Again, great ball movement. Triangle passing to Corinne Edsel. Long three off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Fouch. Under a minute to go in this second quarter.
Again, what did I say was a key for Hedgesville?
Fouch for three. It's good.
That was a great three by Fouch, but my point there was Hedgesville to force Spring Mills to take some tough shots, and that's what's happened so far here in the last few minutes. They might be getting a little tired in this one, but holding them to what they have these last few minutes has been pretty good.
It's now 40-7. The ball deflected out of bounds last off Spring Mills, so it's Hedgesville ball with 34.6 seconds to go in the second quarter. Maggie Boyer gets the inbound from Lachlan.
Figure Hedgesville is content for the last shot of the half here.
Van Dyne back to Boyer. Boyer, three-pointer. Almost gets it to go, but instead it bounces off the front of the rim, rebounded by Reagan Edsel. Under 20 seconds to go, now 15. Reagan Edsel picks up her dribble, finds Corinne Edsel. Edsel pump fakes, drives in, puts up a shot from the left elbow. It's no good, might have been tipped.
Edsel might have gotten away with a double dribble there.
Might be right, as the whistle blows with 9 seconds to go in this second quarter.
No ref in the area to probably see that one, as we were closer than any ref to that play.
Looks like the foul against Spring Mills. That will be the 7th team foul, so it'll be a 1-and-1 now for Kelsey Van Dyne. It's that foul against Corinne Edsel, her first for Spring Mills. Kelsey Van Dyne's first free throw, off the rim, no good. Rebounded back the other way quickly, goes Spring Mills. 4 seconds to go. Reagan Edsel, long three from the volleyball line, just misses. And that's the end of quarter number 2. Spring Mills 40, Hedgesville 7. We'll take a 2-minute break and then be back for our halftime show. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs. Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
By the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Spring Mills leads 40-7 over Hedgesville at the half. Let's get our halftime scorers. Starting off with Hedgesville Leading the way is Amelia Fouch with 3 points. Natalie Yates has 2 points. Maggie Boyer and Olivia Cooper have 1 point each. For Spring Mills, leading scorers Corinne Edsel with 11 points, followed by Reagan Edsel as well as Kyla Dandridge with 7 points each. It's Blair Hessen, Faith Bush, and Olivia Bolduc with 4 points each. Maya Griffin has 2 points, and then Taylor McIntyre has the final point for Spring Mills to total up the 40 points for Spring Mills and the 7 for Hedgesville. We'll take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini with the halftime scoreboard show. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market.
Hi, it's Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 Spencer Dupuis. When I got into a car accident and needed to get another vehicle, I wanted to go somewhere I could trust. So I went to the Heffley Motor Company at 993 Hedgesville Road. As a first-time car buyer, I really didn't know what to expect. But at Heffley, they treated me like family. Every step in the process was seamless. Not only did they give me a great deal, but they also helped me secure an amazing interest rate. Now I know firsthand why Heffley has such a great reputation in this community. I ride with Heffley Motor Company, so you should too.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-BONE.
We welcome you into the Scoreboard Show. I'm Nick Verzolini. Our Scoreboard Show is brought to you by the Mountaineer Grill and Pub, located at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway in Martinsburg. And we'll now get into the Scoreboard Show, starting with scores from the NBA here tonight, as a lot of games going on in college, or in National Basketball Association, I should say. The Bucks lead the Bulls 55-46. The Timberwolves are playing the Wizards 32-21 there, and the Clippers and Suns will go at it here tonight on TNT. In hockey, the Caps are off tonight. Or no, I'm sorry, they're in action. They're in the second period. A 3-1 Panthers lead over the Capitals. The Bruins lead the Predators 1-0. The Blue Jackets and Jets are tied at 1, and the Hurricanes lead the Canadiens 2-1. In college men's basketball, a big upset tonight. The Maryland Terrapins knock off number 3 Purdue 68-54. Jameer Young leads the way for the Terps with 20 points. That pretty much puts Maryland in the NCAA tournament with that win. Houston is holding on to a lead against SMU 60-43 in the second half. Middle Tennessee looking to upset FAU tonight. The number 25 ranked Owls trailed the Blue Raiders 58-46. Other games going on this evening. Gonzaga will take on Loyola Marymount. UCLA takes on Stanford, Arizona, Utah, and St. Mary's, San Diego. So that does it here for the halftime scoreboard update. We'll take a quick break and then send it back to Kyle McLaughlin and Spencer Dupuis for the second half. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball and talk radio, WRNR and TV 10.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately. The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you. We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Heffley Motor Company, just off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road, is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner, serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. And if you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market.
And the streak continues!
CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on the bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineup, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
I don't know what he said.
Yeah. Welcome back to Spring Mills High School. We're inside the Cardinal Coliseum. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis. Our cameraman is John Alderton, and back at the studio is Nick Verzolini, who you just heard from at the half. It's Spring Mills leading the Hedgesville Lady Eagles 40-7. As we get ready to start the third quarter, it will be Hedgesville to start with the ball after both teams break their respective huddles and come onto the floor. Spring Mills trying to finish the season undefeated. Right now it's 17-0, 9-0 in the EPAC.
Well on their way here in a 40-7 lead.
Ball inbounded to Maggie Boyer, and half number 2's underway. Boyer guarded by Bolduc will give it over to the left side for Kelsey Van Dyne. Van Dyne bounce passes to Fouch at the top of the key. She passes it to the right side through the hands of Lachlan and out of bounds. So the first possession for Hedgesville turns it over to Spring Mills.
And for Coach Faircloth, he's got 2 more games on the season. Maybe 3 if they can pull off a miracle on Tuesday. But at that point, you got to see what you're going to have from your team. I like playing Boyer so far, you know, making her have a big role tonight, the latter half of the game so far.
Griffin passes it in, trying to post up was Reagan Edsel, but the pass got tipped around, eventually into the hands of Edsel, and she's now tied up with Cooper. Possession error keeps it with Spring Mills.
Colin, did you notice she's wearing 2 totally different color shoes?
I have not, but Edsel does make the shot in the paint off the inbounds to make it 42-7.
I just noticed that.
And that's Reagan Edsel. She now has 9 points. Lachlan brings it up midcourt. Now almost past it backcourt to Van Dyne, but back to Lachlan. Lachlan drives in her pass, gets tipped by Reagan Edsel. Great vertical jump there to block that shot as she now goes coast to coast and will kick it out to Dandridge. Dandridge, great one-hand pass into the paint, shot up, no good by Griffin. She gets her and rebound, will kick it out to the left corner. Driving in this baseline, Dandridge finds Bolduc wide open from the right wing. 3, it's good. Olivia Bolduc with the third three-pointer tonight for Spring Mills. They lead 45-7 50-7 over Hedgesville with 6.5 to go in this third quarter.
Dandridge with the assist there. That's another player you're going to see play at the next level from this Spring Mills team. As she's definitely getting a lot of looks so far, and she definitely keeps up with the way recruiting is now on Twitter. Seeing she always posts her clips on Twitter to try to get some exposure, which is always a good thing.
Hedgesville turns the ball over with the travel by Lachlan, so it's Spring Mills ball.
And she's just a sophomore.
Bolduc trying to bounce pass into the paint. Finds Edsel. Edsel's shot no good. Rebounded almost by McIntyre, but it goes through her hands and into the hands of Fouch for Hedgesville. Her pass now gets tipped, and a whistle blows with 6:14 to go in this third quarter. Fouch slow to get up. She's okay as she was fouled. It's the first team foul of the half for Spring Mills, and it is against Taylor McIntyre, her second. Hedgesville to inbound. It's inbounded to Maggie Boyer in the backcourt. She'll now bring it up the floor, breaking the half-court stripe, picking up her dribble. Tries to bounce pass to the top of the key for Cooper, but it's stolen. Spring Mills goes back the other way. It's Reagan Edsel. Hard shot on the right side. Too low off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Cooper.
Yeah, she's not happy about that one.
Pass now behind Cooper over to Lachlan, and it's tipped. A whistle blows with 5:55 to go. It's that foul against Hedgesville. It's their first, and it's against Lachlan, her first as well.
I mean, Colin, this Spring Mills team is built to last here. I mean, you have 3 major contributors. One of them's a freshman, 2 of them are sophomores. That's huge. Olivia Bolduc, Dandridge sophomores, Edsel, the freshman. Corinne Edsel will be back next year, the junior right now.
Dandridge tries to kick it out to Reagan Edsel. It goes off her hand and out of bounds into the Spring Mills bench. Turnover Hedgesville ball with 5:50 to go in this third quarter. It's Spring Mills 45, Hedgesville 7. Lachlan gets the inbounds. Draws her way up the floor. Pass intended for Van Dyne. Stolen. Back the other way goes Maya Griffin. Left side layup off the glass and in. It's now a 40-point lead at 47-7 for Spring Mills. Fouch right into the gut of Reagan Edsel. She goes back the other way for Spring Mills. Left side layup is good. She now has 11 points.
The things that Reagan Edsel is doing as a freshman is just so impressive. She's not only just making baskets, she's doing the little things on defense.
And now she gets another steal. Beautiful pass to Bolduc. Left side layup's good.
She just took that out of the hands.
And that's 6 points in 15 seconds for Spring Mills. They now lead 51-7
she
over
could be
Hedgesville.
Gatorade State Player of the Year by the time she finishes high school at least once.
I mean, as a freshman, averaging a double-double, and now gets a rejection on Fouch.
That's a
She's
rejection
doing everything
again.
right now. Finds Bolduc wide open. Right side layup is good. Another assist. She could have a triple-double by the end of the night. Slowly bringing it up the floor. It's Kelsey Van Dyne for Hedgesville. 53-7. Spring Mills dominating Hedgesville. It's Lachlan with it at the top of the key for Hedgesville. Gets a pick by Van Dyne. Will pass it to the left side for Copenhaver. Copenhaver back to Lachlan. Lachlan guarded by the freshman, Reagan Edsel. She almost got another steal. She deflected the pass. It goes into the hands of Dandridge. Dandridge finds McIntyre up the floor. Left side layup, too hard off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Hedgesville's Olivia Cooper. Now Bolduc will reach in and be called for a foul with 4:04 to go.
Now some bench players coming off for Spring Mills. You're going to put 3 players in.
Hedgesville will do so as well. Your third quarter brought to you on TV 10 by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com, as well as Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg. Your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call them at 304-263-3361.
Reagan Edsel comes off the bench now. Or excuse me, Corinne Edsel comes in. Reagan Edsel back on the bench. Bree King comes in as well.
It's Mason with the ball. Back and forth she goes between Van Dyne and Mason. Mason will now drive the left side, lose her dribble, goes out of bounds. Last off Spring Mills. Remains Hedgesville ball with 3:44 to go in this third quarter.
Blair Hessen also comes in and trying to get all the changes here. We don't have a 54.
That is correct. We do not for Hedgesville. As the ball stolen by King. Back the other way goes Spring Mills. It's Griffin. Over to Hessen. Hessen finds Dandridge. Finds Griffin wide open in the paint. She puts it up and in off the glass. Griffin now has 6 points. Makes it a 55-7 lead. It's a 15-0 run to start this third quarter.
She's got 8, Colin.
Fouch. Over to Van Dyne. Van Dyne to Copenhaver. Copenhaver pass it off the foot of Corinne Edsel. Goes out of bounds. Hedgesville ball with 3:10 to go. Copenhaver inbounds to Van Dyne. Van Dyne decides not to dribble and will pass over to Mason, who passes right back to Van Dyne. Van Dyne will now go to Copenhaver, back to Van Dyne. Copenhaver dribbles, tries to find Yates. Yates immediately double teams. She gets it out of trouble to Copenhaver. Copenhaver finds Yates. Yates passes to Copenhaver. This defense will not even let them inside of the arc, Spencer.
No. I mean, this is just purely dominant defense from, the second and third tier players on the Spring Mills team right now.
Yates puts up a shot. It goes off the back of the rim. No good. So the scoring drought continues for Hedgesville this quarter. Still 15-0 run in this third quarter for Spring Mills. Dandridge passes it to the right side to Bush. Bush back to Dandridge. They find Hessen. Hessen kicks it out to King. King to Dandridge. Wide open three is good around the rim and in by Dandridge. She now has 10 points. Makes it 58-7. Spring Mills on top of Hedgesville in this third quarter with 2 minutes to go. Copenhaver finds Mason in the left corner. She'll kick it out to the wing to Van Dyne, who swings it to the right side for Yates. Back to Van Dyne, long two, deflected, almost falls, but it rims out and rebounded by Dandridge. Spring Mills, Dandridge, Corinne Edsel, back to Dandridge. King calling for it in the right corner. Dandridge starts to dribble. Will now pass over to King at the wing. Back to Dandridge. Another three-pointer, this time missing off the side of the rim. Saved from going out of bounds by King, off Van Dyne, and then into the hands of Bush.
Very great job keeping it in bounds there.
Corinne Edsel, three, it's good. Drains it. Corinne Edsel now has 14 points, makes it 61-7, a 21-0 run in this third quarter by Spring Mills. Mason, the Copenhaver for Hedgesville. Long overhead pass to the right corner. Now back to the top of the key for Van Dyne. Back to the right corner for Hedgesville. Goes through the hands and intercepted by Blair Hessen. Blair Hessen passes it to Corinne Edsel. Corinne Edsel goes into the paint, and her dribble is tipped out of her hand and goes out of bounds. Last off Hedgesville. Spring Mills will keep possession, and we'll have a line change now as all four bench players come off the bench and check in for Hedgesville. 49.1 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's Spring Mills 61, Hedgesville 7. Inbounded to Bush. Left elbow shot is good by Faith Bush. She now has 6 points, makes it 63-7.
You're calling Coach Faircloth trying to, change players to see how they work together on the court.
23-0 run in this third quarter, and another turnover. Dandridge goes behind her back, too flashy. It's stolen by Lachlan from behind. Lachlan finds Boyer. Boyer kicking it out to Fouch. Fouch pump fakes, loses it. It's gained by Cooper. Cooper to Van Dyne. It's tipped from behind her by Edsel. Edsel up the floor for Spring Mills. Long two, no good off the rim. Rebounded by Van Dyne. 8 seconds to go. Van Dyne passes it to Boyer. Boyer looks up. I don't know if she fully realizes it. She gets it to Lachlan. Wide open three at the buzzer. It's no good. Hedgesville shut out in the third. A 23-0 run for Spring Mills. At the end of the third, it is 63-7. Let's take a 1 minute break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Let's go! drink some beers. Mountaineer Grill and Pub.
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Welcome back to Spring Mills High School at the end of the third quarter. It's Spring Mills 63, Hedgesville 7 after a 23-0 quarter by Spring Mills. A dominating performance tonight for the Lady Cardinals, trying to finish the regular season undefeated. Most likely will do so. Fouch gets it to Van Dyne as Hedgesville starts with the ball to open the fourth quarter. It's Lachlan now with it at the right wing, passing it into the corner, driving the baselines now Van Dyne. Van Dyne's shot no good, tipped around eventually, recovered by Fouch. She'll drive in. I thought she walked, they don't call it. And now she dribbles back out into the Hedgesville bench. It goes out of bounds. And it looks like they'll say it's last off Bolduc, so it's Hedgesville ball. Fouch gets the inbound to Boyer. Boyer gives it to Lachlan at the top of the key. Will now have a hard chest pass over to Van Dyne. Van Dyne to Cooper. Cooper thought about a three instead. Bounce passes it into the paint. Intended for Fouch. It's stolen back the other way. Goes Dandridge for Spring Mills. She'll go coast to coast. Right side layup. No good by Dandridge, but she's fouled with 7:15 to go in the fourth. That's the second foul of the half by Hedgesville. Now both teams have two each. That foul against Lachlan. It looks like they have that as her first. It's Dandridge to the line to shoot two. Her free throws up and good. That gives her 11 points on the evening. Makes it 64-7. Spring Mills on top of Hedgesville. Second free throws up. Dandridge gets that one to go as well. Makes it now 65-7. Hedgesville trailing Spring Mills. Hedgesville with the ball now. It's Van Dyne to Lachlan. Lachlan, long three off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Dandridge. Dandridge passes it up the floor to Griffin. Catches it. Spins around. Puts up a shot. Goes off the glass and then the rim. No good. Rebounded by Fouch. Boyer with it for Hedgesville. She'll pass it to Lachlan. Lachlan's double teamed. Has to get out of it. She dribbles through him. Puts up a floater off the back of the rim. No good. Lachlan able to get her own rebound. Falls to the floor, tied up with Spring Mills. Possession arrow gives the ball to the Lady Cardinals. 6:36 to go in this fourth quarter. Spring Mills leads 65-7 over Hedgesville. Dandridge with it, passing it to McIntyre. McIntyre kicking it out to Bolduc. Bolduc finds Griffin flashing in on the left side into the paint. It goes through her hands and out of bounds. Hedgesville gets the ball back with 6:21 to go in the fourth.
It's starting to get a little sloppy here from both sides.
Yeah, we know Hedgesville has played now 3 games in a row, this one being the third. It's Van Dyne with it. Driving in now, kicking it out to Fouch. Three-pointer, way off the mark and into the hands of Dandridge. Dandridge for Spring Mills. Goes coast to coast. Beautiful pass. No-look pass to Edsel. Reagan Edsel's first shot no good. Second one no good. Gets another rebound. Kicks it out to Bolduc. Bolduc drives in to the left elbow. Kicks it out to Griffin in the left corner. Three. No good. Rebounded by Van Dyne for Hedgesville.
Another line change coming from head coach Matt Faircloth and a new player coming in for Spring Mills.
Van Dyne with it. Bounce passing it into the right corner for Lachlan. Lachlan guarded by Reagan Edsel very closely. She almost gets a steal, but instead, right before she gets the steal, they call the 5 seconds.
And we don't have a number 13 call. For Spring Mills.
Ball inbounded to King. If I remember correctly, it's
Keller?
Irving. She was
Irving.
in the lineup earlier this year, but whenever I looked online today, she was not on the roster. Brought back down to JV, going back and forth. So I believe that's Irving. The King for McIntyre. Through the hands of Irving to King. Back to McIntyre. McIntyre wanted to take a three, instead doesn't do so. Gives it back to King. King back to McIntyre. This time she does pull up the three. Goes off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Yates. Hedgesville with it. On the left wing, it's Mason. Mason to Lachlan. Lachlan. Find Copenhaver. Copenhaver driving that pivot foot. Clearly a walk that was not called. It's Yates being fouled. That'll send her to the free throw line to shoot 2. But you could tell even Coach Faircloth saw it, just didn't want to say anything because he didn't want it called, obviously. But that should have been an obvious travel.
I think almost every player for Spring Mills is going to get into this game. Looks like Keller will get in as well as Vermeulen.
Yates with a very high arcing free throw that goes off the back of the rim and no good, as Hedgesville still has yet to score in this second half. It is 65-7, Spring Mills leading Hedgesville. Yates' second free throw misses after bouncing off the rim 4 or 5 times. Ball long pass to King on the opposite side for Spring Mills.
This is a JV game mostly at this point for Spring Mills, minus Faith Bush being in the game.
Vermeulen for 3, no good off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Hedgesville. Goes out of bounds off Mason. It'll be Spring Mills ball, or do they say it was tipped? Looks like it got tipped. It's now Lachlan with it. Lachlan passes it over to Mason. Pass stolen by Keller. Keller finds King. King back to Keller. Fadeaway shot, no good for Spring Mills. Ball on the floor. Yates loses it. Hedgesville has it, and it's thrown away. Spring Mills gets the ball with 3:49 to go.
And it looks like
quarter.
The only remaining player on the bench that has not checked in for Spring Mills, Will and Gabby Ball.
Your fourth quarter presented on TV 10 by Parsons Ford at 1400. Shepherdstown wrote it online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons.
That
as well as
ends Faith Bush's night, so JV game now effectively.
King, rebounded by Irving. Keller, three-pointer by Ball, almost banks in. Rebounded by King, kicking it out to Vermeulen. Vermeulen drives the left baseline, gets tied up now and driving down Yates to the ground. She hits her head. Hopefully she's okay and very slow to get up. Hedgesville should definitely check on that, I have a feeling, but she gives her thumbs up, so it looks like she'll stay in the game with 3:27 to go. Our other fourth quarter sponsors, WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. 3:18 to go in this fourth quarter. Lachlan, shot rejected, but they call a foul against Spring Mills as Vermeulen lost her glasses on that one too. Fourth team foul for Spring Mills, her first. That'll send Lachlan to the free throw line, trying to end the scoring drought for Hedgesville, and she misses the free throw. So Hedgesville has still not scored in this second half. And in this fourth quarter, we've only seen 2 points.
But that's going to happen when you're not, your Spring Mills right now playing everybody on your roster.
Second free throw missed, rebounded by Yates. It's ripped out of her hands and out of bounds. It remains with Hedgesville.
And this for Spring Mills is just getting all their players varsity action.
Quick inbound, Lachlan for 3 in the left corner, and she gets it. The scoring drought finally comes to an end for Hedgesville to make it 65-9. They called a long 2 in that left corner. It's King with it for Spring Mills. Finding Irving at the right elbow. She'll pass it to Keller. Keller out to Ball. Ball. Euro step. Left side layup. It's good. And the foul. Gabby Ball gets her first points of the night. Dabbing up her and King. What a handshake there. That could be the moment of the game, Spencer. I haven't seen that before.
It might be Gabby Ball's first career varsity points.
That's true. We'll have to check that as another line change for Hedgesville. 4 exit, 4 enter. Why don't you and I have a handshake like that? We need to practice that. It's ball to the free throw line to shoot 2. Misses it.
I don't know, Nick. Colin, that's a good question.
It's Hedgesville with the ball. 2:35 to go in this fourth quarter. It's 67-9. Spring Mills leads as Vermillion tries to steal it right in front of us. She lands on top of Boyer. So we get a foul against Vermillion, her second.
Ball could have
fifth.
been headed right towards you, Colin, if it didn't stop right dead in its tracks.
I was ready. Fouch to inbound to Boyer. Boyer from the backcourt goes up the floor, now passes it for Copenhaver. Back to Fouch in the right corner. Fouch drives the baseline, whistle blows with 2:24 to go in this fourth quarter. It's another foul against Spring Mills. It's the 6th team foul of the half. And the second against Irving. Ball quickly inbounded and shot up, rejected from Cooper. Rebounded by Van Dyne, over to Cooper. 3-pointer off the rim, no good. Rebounded in the right corner by Copenhaver. Copenhaver tries to bounce pass it in, stolen by King. Back the other way goes Spring Mills. King, 3v1, no look pass to Keller. Shot is good by Keller to make it 69-9.
Under 2 minutes left now in the contest.
Hedgesville with it, Fouch in the right corner. Finds Van Dyne driving in, whistle blows with 1:47 to go. That's the 7th team foul, which means 1-1 for Van Dyne in Hedgesville. That foul goes against Ball, which is her first. Free throw up and good to make it 69-10. Van Dyne has her first points of the evening.
Is it 1-1, they say?
That's what it should have been. They also added another foul, it looks like. So Irving has 3 now. I don't know if maybe something happened there as Van Dyne misses this one. So, yeah, it looks like on the free throw, one missed, and now Van Dyne still had the second free throw, and now Cooper shoots. I've never seen this before.
Nope, I have not either. I'm assuming Cooper may have been fouled. And
her
it's the
free throw no
1-1.
good, and Fouch is fouled, so she'll go to the line to shoot. But, yeah, I have never seen that ever happen to where somebody on a 1-1 is fouled. So Amelia Fouch now with 1:43 to go in the fourth has free throws. That one's good. Make it 69-11. Fouch gets the ball now for her second of the 1-1. Misses it. It's rebounded by Cooper. Cooper kicks it out to Boyer. Long three by Fouch. No good. Rebounded by Spring Mills. Ball goes through the hands of Fouch to Keller. Keller finds ball. Ball is fouled at the right block with 1:28 to go in the fourth. That'll send Ball back to the free throw line. That foul against Copenhaver, her third for Hedgesville. Team fourth of the half. Ball's free throws up, off the back of the rim, and no good. Second free throw up, off the side of the rim, and no good. Rebounded by Cooper. It's Van Dyne up the floor for Hedgesville. 1:20 to go in this fourth quarter. She's double teamed, now passes it over to the left side. Cooper for three, no good. Tipped around and eventually rebounded by King for Spring Mills. It's King slowing it down and calling out the play. 1 minute remains in this fourth quarter. Spring Mills 69, Hedgesville 11. Three-pointer by Keller around the rim and good. Keller now has 5 points. Makes it 72-11, Spring Mills.
JV player with probably her first career 5 points in varsity.
Van Dyne almost has it deflected. Able to just swat it like a volleyball player, which we know she is, to Fouch. And Fouch fouled on a three in the right corner, will go to the free throw line.
Great job using her athletic skills no matter what sport this is. Those are intangibles, Colin.
That foul against Keller for Spring Mills. Fouch will now have 3 free throws. She makes the first. Making now 72-12. We have player checking in for Spring Mills. Second free throw up. The front and then back of the rim and rolling through by Fouch. She now has 6 points tonight over her average. Makes it 72-13. Fouch trying to go 3 for 3 this time and able to do so. It's now 72-14. Spring Mills capping off its regular season undefeated, going 18-0 now. Ball picks up her dribble, trying to find somebody to pass to. Sends a long pass in the right corner for King. King almost falls out of bounds, and they call her with a travel with 20.7 seconds to go. Hedgesville has the ball.
Final 20.7 here.
Maggie Boyer gets the inbound for Hedgesville. She'll bring it up the floor, breaking midcourt. Boyer now sprints. Finds Copenhaver in the paint. Copenhaver shot no good. Rebounded by King. King will just dribble it out for Spring Mills. Final score, Spring Mills 72, Hedgesville 14, as the Lady Cardinals finish the regular season undefeated, 18-0 overall, 10-0 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Hedgesville 2-18 overall, 0-10 in the EPAC. As we wait for the head coach, George Goss, to shake hands with Hedgesville. We'll get him on here quickly for an interview. As Spring Mills on senior night gets the job done, honoring Taylor McIntyre and Maya Griffin, and gets the win. As both teams shake hands, we'll get Coach George Gosk over to our table so that we're able to interview him. As Spencer will help him out here with the headset. Coach Gosk, congratulations. Undefeated regular season, complete with a big win here on senior day. Just give us your thoughts about the game.
Yeah, we did exactly what I thought we should do. We came out the game, you guys seen us play all year. Our full court press, we wanted to make sure we had intensity this game and our last regular season game. So I thought we came out, our defense played exceptionally well, got us started. And for us, when you're playing defense, your offense comes with it. You start shooting the ball well. And, by halftime, we tried a bunch of different things, try to work on some things we might need, for sectionals and regionals and hopefully down in Charleston.
Obviously, you want to focus on the team that gets a lot of playing time right now, but you're able to get everybody off the bench tonight. How valuable is that for those players, not necessarily this year, but for their careers next year?
Yeah, absolutely. We brought up a couple girls from the JV team, and that for them in those minutes, they become valuable because it's like a live, game for them, and most of them haven't played varsity minutes, so it helps to get those younger girls that experience, get them a little taste of it, and get them hungry for next year.
Coach, you now get to have a bye in the sectionals, waiting for the winner of Martinsburg and Hedgesville. What are you most excited about for the playoffs this year and a potential run at the state tournament?
Yeah, I think for us as a school, last year we were in this position, and this is the second year that we've actually been in this position with the bye. So for us, it becomes making sure you stay focused, Don't let your highs get too high, your lows get too low. I'm sure Martinsburg or Hedgesville, whoever we face, they're going to come ready for us. And like I said before, in boys, we've seen those upsets in those EPAC games, and you got to be ready. You can't take anything for granted. Get that sectional game, and either way, win or lose that game, we're going to play a regional championship game. So, we got to be prepared for those teams in the other section as well.
And, Coach, we talked about it earlier in the year. I talked to you about it before the game when she wasn't going to play, but Regan Etzel proving to be your most valuable player, honestly, this year. And there was a stretch in that third quarter where it was just like steal blocks, points, shots. Like, she can do it all.
Yeah, she's been bringing that dynamic all year, and you're not sure what you're going to get out of that freshman, but, we've seen it all year long. There's spells where she can have plays like that, a block shot, a steal for a layup coming back, same thing, snatching down a rebound. And with that heading into the playoffs, we definitely needed her healthy, and she is, and that just completes the dynamic to our team.
All right, Coach Goss, thank you for joining us, and again, congrats on the win. We'll let you go celebrate the undefeated season now with
Thank
your
you, guys.
team.
Thanks for having me. Thank you, Coach.
Final score, Spring Mill 72, Hedgesville 14. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back for the post-game show. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details. Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Welcome back to Spring Mills High School as the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals cap off the regular season undefeated with a win tonight over Hedgesville. Final score 72-14. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuy, our cameraman. Sean Alderton, and back at the studio is Nick Verzolini as we welcome you into the postgame show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu, daily specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. And Spencer, what a dominating performance by Spring Mills tonight. What are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's a complete Spring Mills game like we're used to seeing, and they did it again tonight, and they just continue to do so well. And, it's amazing what they're able to do. I mean, I'm talking about their season as a whole. One question I forgot to ask, Coach, was, something along the lines of what does this kind of season obviously do for your program once again? But now this is an undefeated regular season. You got to take that into the playoffs, but we'll see how things go for them in the playoffs. Obviously, I think they're going to get through this region easily, but it's going to be when they get down to states, how is that going to play out?
Yeah, I mean, just what a defensive performance, too. We know numerous steals, the forced turnovers, shutting out Hedgesville in quarter number 3 and only allowing them to score 7 points in each half. It was just a great all-around win on senior night to honor Taylor McIntyre and Maya Griffin for Spring Mills. Let's now get into our game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 south of Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. And we'll start for Hedgesville. The leading scorer tonight was Fouch with 7 points for the Lady Eagles, followed by Lachlan and Yates with 2 points each, and then Van Dyne, Boyer, and Cooper all had 1 point. For Spring Mills, the leading scorer tonight was Corinne Edsel with 14 points, followed by Dandridge with 12 points. Reagan Edsel had 11 points, along with Bolduc. And then Bush and Griffin had 6 points. Keller had 5 points. Hessen had 4 points. And Ball had 2 points. And last but not least, it was McIntyre with 1 point. And I'm just going back up and down, making sure I'm not missing anybody, because a lot of players checked in today for Spring Mills and a lot got in the score column. And it looks like that is that, Spencer. So let's get into tonight's awards. And which one do you want to start with?
We'll start with the rejection of the game.
All right, rejection of the game brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
This is an easy one. Reagan Edsel is 51-7, about 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Just a crazy block, and in that time of the game, which is going to lead us now into our moment of the game, Colin. Moment of the game brought to you by Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Buying or selling a home, call Chris Ross at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. That whole moment was just Reagan Edsel's moment. I mean, with like a 2-minute span, it was just her rejection, her steals. I mean, it was just continuing the amount of things that she did in that time span. That span is going to be my moment of the game. I mean, this game was, basically over in the first quarter, so there wasn't a lot of, back and forth in a game you're used to seeing. So it's kind of an interesting one, and that's what I pick.
All right. Lastly, then, our player of the game brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 at Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg.
This is a really hard one for me to pick because, I mean, obviously, based upon what I said, I should give it to Reagan Edsel, but she had a great performance. She didn't lead the team in scoring tonight. She didn't have to, obviously. But she went 3 for 4 at the line. She had, 3 threes, I believe. Or, excuse me. We're going to give it to Corinne Edsel, her sister.
Corinne Edsel,
she had
14 points, 3 threes.
14 points, 3 threes, 3 for 4 at the free throw line.
Yep. So there you go. Corinne Edsel, tonight's player of the game. And that'll wrap things up here from the Cardinal Coliseum. Tomorrow night, we will have West Virginia High School boys basketball action at 7:30 is the tip, 7 p.m. pregame as the Jefferson Cougars head to Inwood to take on the red hot, or should we say Kelly Green hot, Musselman Appleman, who are 8-1 in their last 9 games. That should be an exciting one. Looking forward to it. Our next girls basketball action will be Tuesday, the sectional game between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. That one will be a 7 p.m. start, so we'll plan on going on at 6:30. But for Nick Verzolini, who you'll hear from shortly, along with John Alderton and Spencer Dupuis, I'm Colin McLaughlin, signing off. Again, final score, Spring Mill 72, Hedgesville 14. This has been West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349. That's 304-579-7349. Or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg is your favorite place to have a great meal, a good time, and to catch all the games. Join us Mondays for 75-cent wings and follow your favorite team from the bar on our 17 TVs located all throughout the bar or from the outdoor fire pit. Ollie's has great food and drink menus and features specials for every day of the week, including Saturdays when you can get a 16-ounce ribeye steak grilled the way you want it for just $24.95. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com. If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center, 400 West Stevens Street, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
We welcome you into the post-game scoreboard show. I'm Nick Verzolini here as a big dominating win for the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals as they go undefeated in the regular season with the win over Hedgesville tonight, 72-14. So a big win for the Cardinals. They end the regular season undefeated, and looks like they will be a team that makes the run to Charleston. All right, so the Wizards and Capitals are in action here tonight. Wizards trailing the Minnesota Timberwolves 68-58 in the third quarter with about 5:12 remaining in the third. Bradley Beal has 18 points, but Washington has kind of struggled. Well, that first quarter put them back. They were down 36-21 at the end of the first, and since then have played better, but it's now just a 7-point game as the Wizards have cut it to 68-61, so we'll see if they can come back and pull off that win. The Bulls and the Bucks going at it tonight as well. The Bucks hold an 85-73 lead over the Bulls, and the Clippers Suns play tonight. In the National Hockey League, the Washington Capitals are going to fall again. This would be back-to-back losses for the Caps, with Ovechkin obviously on leave due to the unfortunate death of his father, which has led to him not being on the ice, but has also led to the Capitals potentially falling to 0-2, as the Panthers lead at 4-2 with just over 6:28 to go in the third period. And in college basketball, we saw at least one big upset tonight. The Maryland Terrapins knocking off the Purdue Boilermakers 68-54. Real good win for Maryland. Jameer Young hits 20 points in it. And we saw two. Middle Tennessee holds on to beat Florida Atlantic 74-70. So an upset there in Conference USA, and the 25th ranked Owls will probably not be ranked next week. A few interesting games tonight. St. Mary's taking on San Diego right now. That one just tipped off a few moments ago. Utah, Arizona tonight at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Nobody's staying up for that around here, but Stanford, UCLA. Georgia, Loyola, Marymount tonight at 11. Again, you're not staying up for that one, but it's going on. So, and it's going to be Gonzaga big, but hey, maybe you'll tune in. I don't know. Surprise me. Talk about it on the Sports Mix tomorrow in the comments. I don't know. But that does it here for us. Again, the Sports Mix tomorrow, 12 to 1. And then tomorrow night, we'll have West Virginia High School boys basketball as Musselman. They have been the team as of late in the EPAC, but can they knock off the Jefferson Cougars, who are the team in the EPAC, and make the Section 2 seating or standings very interesting and how people will vote? You'll have to wait and see and tune into that one. 7:30 tip, 7 p.m. pregame show. But I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long here from the studio. Have a good night, everyone. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, Hagerstown Ford, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.